now 15-0 with 12 knockouts as he scores the third-round knockout of Brian Howard. Tim, listen, I want to let you finish your point on the replay of that right hand.
Yeah, my point is that you young fighters out there, and any fighter out there, when you throw a hook from the front or from the front position, just as you saw Howard did, you leave yourself open for the right hand that Ajagba landed on Howard. You can't sit there and throw a hook from the front. You got to make sure your head is off the line to throw your hook.
Well, you wanted to see something different, Tim, than what you saw the last time out when he went 10 rounds with Jonathan Rice. Dre, we talked about this being the second fight with the new team with Kay Karoma. Where do you think things are headed for Efe Ajagba?
I mean, you know, the knockout aside, obviously you can't argue with that result, but he looks like he's starting to loosen up a little bit. He was definitely thinking, and he had his jab working all night, and I like the improvements. They're coming little by little, and they'll come over time, but how can you argue with this result tonight?
Well, he's with Bernard.
Efe, Joe, we send it back to you and the guy.
Thank you, and we have some news on the heavyweight championship of the world, but one more time, and it is now the punch of the night brought to you by DraftKings, Tim. Efe Ajagba, the right hand.
Hook every single time when it's perfectly timed.
So he's working his way up, trying to get himself into contention. Of course, we have a contract that has been signed between the WBC lineal ring champion Tyson Fury, the undefeated heavyweight champion, and the WBA, IBF, WBO champion Anthony Joshua to fight. But lately we've been hearing, where will they fight? How much money will it take? Who's going to pay for it? Mark Kriegel, what's the latest on the Fury-Joshua mega undisputed heavyweight championship fight?
Well, I spoke earlier today.
So guys, I want to say, for those of you guys who joined the show, big thanks to each and every one of you. So, we have a very big topic today. In my opinion, Ajagba remains the hardest. I said Ajagba, in my opinion, okay, in my opinion, and sincerely, is the hardest heavyweight puncher, the hardest puncher in the heavyweight division right now. In fact, in boxing, I know each and every one of you have, you know, your own favorite. No doubt that Deontay Wilder also is one of the hardest punchers in the history of the sport. Ajagba is up there. You know, he's up there, and the thing is that if Ajagba hits you, he hits you clean, you're gonna sleep. I remember when Ajagba fought Iago Kilatse, when he hit him in the second round, when he caught him in the second round with a devastating right hand, and he didn't even land flush like that. Yet Iago Kilatse was done by then. You know, you see there are lots of heavyweights right now in the division that have power, you know, but they don't carry what you call a cannon. You know, Ajagba carries a cannon. Ajagba don't need combination to knock you out. Ajagba combination, you can tell, is still developing. He doesn't need combination to knock you out. He just need one to knock you out. Imagine if Ajagba, this same Ajagba, develop into, develop into, let's say, Lennox Lewis with the attributes that he had. You know, of course, we know Lennox Lewis is one of the greats, but Lennox Lewis doesn't carry a one-hitter quitter of power in his hands. That's a fact. Ajagba does. And that's why I was very impressed with Ajagba's skill set. Ajagba has improved immensely, and in my opinion, he's the hardest puncher in the game right now. And I mean, in boxing, I'm not saying MMA, in combat sports, because you've got like Francis Ngannou. That guy, man, that guy carries a whole lot of power. But imagine Ajagba. Ajagba is like, imagine Ajagba in the UFC. Imagine anybody he touches go to sleep. That's a fact. You know. And we're definitely gonna get in touch with you guys very soon. Who do you like to see Ajagba fight? Ajagba will be definitely coming to BBC as soon as he can. We'll be having a year and asking some questions for sure. Let me call our brothers, to give their take, because a lot of you guys didn't watch the fight, and for those of you guys who watched the fight, now you just watched it. I had to do so that you guys can watch it, and let's talk. Stay tuned, guys.
I greet you, brother.
I'm fine. I bet if you love your music, long, mute up. You need to have your music. You need to have your music off, bro. Like, you don't just because of copyright claim. Please always do that.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing, brother? Sunday. How you doing? How is side?
Well, thank God. By your side.
Yeah, we thank God as well. You watch Ajagba fight?
Now I just watch, so I don't watch and laugh. I don't watch that, so. That punch, that one Efe Ajagba.
No, can I hear you, brother?
Efe Ajagba. Efe Ajagba be that one, so. Now, so you go take fight for your own title when the time go reach.
Now, for that Ajagba, were you impressed with his skill set as well? Like the hardest skill set and all stuff. What do you make of his new trainer, bro?
It's okay. I'm proving. It's okay. Ajagba is proving.
And who you go like see Ajagba fight next?
Like Ajagba right now. Anybody will come, Ajagba go fit pattern as just dey now. But me I don't want make he and Nigerians they call the fight.
You mean what I mean? We may fight fellow Nigerian.
They fight other bodies, not be Nigerians.
Well, how many Nigerians we get for the heavyweight division 7? They're not many now.
The menu.
How many we get?
There is 6 now, B.
Six Nigerians for every division. Count them.
Like Attorney.
Yeah, Joshua.
Ajagba. Honorio there.
But honor not there active. We're talking about like people who want to step up. Ajagba is ranked higher than Honor there. So why you go fight person we rank higher and we in the Ajagba day year or not the day year for rankings.
Okay.
So no we okay. Okay, but count. How many Nigerians we get? Honor there, 3.
And this man, so when they look for a t-shirt, what be the name?
Rafa Akpajiri, 4.
Akpajiri.
Yeah, 4.
Jojo.
6. 5. 5. 5. Yeah. Adeleye. Adeleye. David Adeleye. 6.
David Adeleye.
So out of wait, brother. Out of all the names that you mentioned, like how many of them they rank past Ajagba? You know, say Ajagba is ranked higher than Jojo's now as we speak.
Yeah.
You know, like I talk about like in boss rec, and I don't know, maybe what like in this WBO, Jojo's is ranked higher than Ajagba. But other than that, boss, I think Ajagba is ranked higher than Joyce. So who is there to fight? Rafa Akpojore will stated that he will never fight Ajagba. You understand?
That is
Akpojore said he will never fight Ajagba, except maybe there's that they have to unify titles. That's two Nigerians. Like other than that, it's not fighting Ajagba. Like there's no need to fight Nigerian.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be.
So another Warime Ajagba, that fight not go happen. You already know. Like Ajagba is ranked higher than another Warime. Adelaide never will start. The guy just he need a long way to go. Adelaide need a long way to go, man.
Agbajiri is a raw man. That one a raw.
Akpojore is raw, but it's the guy he started boxing a few years back now. Like he never think about Akpojore they find, but he come up, he come up for sure.
Yeah. He and Ajagba, now they go whole everywhere. Ajagba, two of them.
Joshua go retire in the next 5 years. Before 5 years, he go retire. So
and the race with this. So.
That fight not go happen. Like Jojo's fight not go happen. Jojo's they look to fight for WBO title. That means say man, he gonna need to fight Olazana Usyk.
Usyk, yeah. Yeah, he's good.
So like Ajagba, like there's no Nigeria not many for the division. Like and you have to understand, say, man, out of all these guys we're talking about right now, you hear me? Out of all these guys we're talking about right now, like only Ajagba and Afakbayo represent Nigeria. You understand? So in terms of like represent Nigeria, the others are Nigerian. Only Ajagba, Akpojore and another one, man. Jojo is not British guy. He represent Britain. Joshua represent Britain. Adelaide represent Britain. So if Ajagba like they were Nigerians, so like there's no way the fight is happening. So I would not like to see the fight, regardless. I would not like to see the fight.
It's good. I like it.
Ajagba should go for Deontay Wilder, and Andrews Jr. I want to say that.
Like that. All those people. They are not saying Ajagba. Let not go for the Ruiz. Let go for
Why me not go for the Ruiz? If he be at the Ruiz now, if he be at the Ruiz now, no. At the Ruiz is dangerous. Wait. Who not dangerous? If he beat Andy Ruiz Jr. But listen. If Ajagba beat Ruiz Jr., you don't say that one go just catapult him to the top. You don't know, because Andrews Jr. is ranked higher than Ajagba, far higher than Ajagba because of the Joshua win. So imagine. Listen, Ruiz Jr. will never take that fight. Ajagba knows how to beat people like Andrews Jr. You don't see the fight. We fight against Ronnie Hernandez. We beat him up like say he thief something. Ajagba not because people were short like that. Listen, Ajagba they get problem with people will be say gay size sometimes. Sometimes. But for Ajagba, if he fights someone with this size, he go take some time to figure the person out. You understand? Ruiz Jr. like Ajagba go just use punch, like scatter his face.
He go face scatter a bit. See, Ajagba Ruiz, it's a risk. You know what?
Risk way worse than. Like if you want to be great, you have to fight the best. Like okay, what are you expecting to do? Like Ajagba Wilder is a risk as well. You think Ajagba Wilder is not a risk?
Ajagba, if you want to fight at the Ruiz, you have to be moving because Ajagba don't know how to move now. If you want to fight at the Ruiz, na risk. But he go start for a foot.
Not be the same and Ruiz Jr. Nah, Joseph Parker beat.
Joseph Parker is a dangerous man. It's a dangerous boxer.
But not a discourage people. Like if you want to be great, Ajagba can be Ajagba and not threat to Andrew Jr. If you don't believe one, now believe one.
Yeah. I know. But
so now. Why you they discourage? Why they discourage? Say, I mean, not go again. You never know how boxing business work,
bro. Not be. I know. Say man, now onto say to go higher. Might be that. But boss, this mess, so this are the race. If they find where he won't shook his head, and this man, me and even the same me attorney may not just manner for the now, may not just talk
in
about
a fight. Why Andrews, no one fight? Like, do you even know that Michael Hunter beat Andrews, twice in the amateur?
Yeah. Yes.
Michael Hunter not be the hardest puncher. You know that?
I know.
Ajagba might have like movement problem as of now. Ajagba even said that he will want to challenge for the he wants to take 2 years off to challenge for the like he wants to take 2 years off to build himself.
Yeah.
And then challenge for the world title. But believe you me, if Ajagba were to fight Andrews next, and they put my money for Ajagba. Forget about Andrews can be all that. But what he can never be, he can never have longer reach than Ajagba. He can never punch other than Ajagba. If Ajagba keep him on the bay, if Ajagba fight Andrews keep him on bay, bro, what does Andrews have to offer? Like, if he cannot come on the inside, Ajagba can keep Andrews on the outside.
Yeah, if he can keep him outside, it's good.
What if he can keep him outside? Ajagba punches harder than Joshua. You know that?
Yeah.
Take Ajagba punch like you go take Joshua on. Joshua go dismantle you. Ajagba will just kill you for that. I'm telling you right now, Ajagba will easily beat Andrews, because Andrews, he's not gonna just wake up today and grow 6 inch taller. Okay, he's not gonna wake up today and do you know Ajagba has the longest reach as we speak right now? He has the longest reach in boxing. You know that? Ajagba's reach is longer than Tyson Fury's reach. You know that? You know, Sha? Anyway, brother,
I don't know that one.
I said, bro, go study more boxing more. Then you will know, because I don't, they come here, they discourage it, like this may not go me Andrews.
No, this one not be.
Where Andrews, where Andrews, they here now, in rankings. You want me Ajagba not go there? Ajagba go there, he go beat Andrews, he go knock, maybe not go knock him out, but he go beat him mercilessly, he go beat and go win that fight. I tell you.
Yeah. It go fit happen. Based on energy when you be.
Ajagba don't get glass jaw. You know Ajagba don't get glass jaw. Ajagba chin solid. When that guy, what do they call him? What do they call that guy? Yao classic drop him. Many people for just lose for that. Ajagba came back 2 rounds later. He knocked him out.
Yeah. I don't be say me as I not be say I say Ajagba not fit beat him. You don't understand me.
But you didn't discourage later. Also, me Ajagba not go near Andrews here too. What do you mean by?
No,
so you think you think the other one has soft touch. The other one carry power.
No. That you are make go sit down. You not got any power.
Anyway, brother. I don't hear you.
You not see the way that's if it not be not knock that word I do. He beat her like small people. You see, he brought the move and come up for ground.
He beat her like small people because as a Fury is they more skillful than water. You understand?
That's a Fury. As he come from break.
Hey, not be the same. Not be the same as a Fury. Now water knocked down for 2 times.
That one I knocked down. That one not be knocked down.
Is that what he?
That one not be knocked down. If you watch that knockdown,
like you feel me time. Me Wiki, are you there, bro? Like me time, brother. Me time, no worry.
No. Oh yeah.
Me time. Stay on the line.
Yeah, bro. Great job with your channel, bro.
Times, brother. Wiki, come in. Mute time Sunday.
I appreciate the way you're supporting our brother Efe Ajagba.
Man, this guy, he's a discourage Ajagba say me no go fight Andrews Jr. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, in my own opinion, though I support Ajagba all the way, I would like to see him moved up very professionally, very professionally. I don't want him to just jump up like that, because I don't want any. In boxing, once you lose, right, you may not. It's getting the opportunity to get back up is not so easy. right? So in my own opinion, this is actually what I think, right? There's somebody in the WBA rankings now. If Efe Ajagba is ranked number 11 in WBA, there's somebody in the WBA rankings called Dino. I don't know who he is. It's
Borgardino.
Yes, it's currently number 62 on BoxRec. Ajagba is ranked higher than him. Ajagba can beat him and take his ranking from him, right? I think that would be a good move. Then there are other guys that I would like to see him fight. I think he's good enough for the likes of them B-level fighters, guys like Helenius, guys like Charles Martin, guys like Kaunaki. Let's build him up properly. Let him get a title shot. Then when he's ready, I think we'll have a take a chance. But I don't want him to just jump up like that. I don't know if you see what I'm saying. I support him all the way, but let him still rise gradually, because when he started boxing maybe in 2014, so started boxing 2014, next 2016 he's already representing Nigeria in the Olympics. Let him build his way up properly. That's my own opinion, you know. As far as the guy just said now about because I know what he called me. He said Wilder didn't knock down Fury properly. Oh boy, what do you watch? Honestly, what do you watch? What do you really watch? He knocked that man. He knocked him out. If it was another referee, if he was a biased American referee, they would have stopped that fight instantly. Because Fury, from the second knockdown, Fury was out. He was actually out. So don't say that that's a knockdown. That could have been a knockout. And if they called it a knockout, nobody would have complained. Another thing is that somebody said that when you're giving instructions in boxing as a referee, you must give all the instructions within 10 seconds. In that second knockdown, the referee gave more than 10 seconds in terms of instructions, because he counted to 10. After 10, he said, "Oh yeah, okay, walk here, do this, do that." That gave Fury up to 20 seconds to recover, and that was part of the reason why Fury was able to weather the storm and calm down. Also, it was due to Wilder not being a cool, calculated finisher. Because if Wilder didn't just go in there and start throwing crazy punches, if Wilder was similar to Joshua in terms of being composed when he ought to shorten his punches, that would have worked better. But oh boy, don't just discredit Wilder like that. That's not fair. Don't do that.
Now, wow. Another thing
I think about Ajagba is, personally, I would like to see Ajagba invest in people that can help him polish his speaking. I know he's a shy person. I know he doesn't like to come out and all that. But if his team were to invest in him, maybe being able to talk better and communicate better, it will really help him out, because he's going to get to a point where the world's eyes are going to be on him. He's going to have to talking all the time. He's going to have to do a lot of interviews. And those are the things that are going to improve him in terms of making him a world-renowned person. He's also going to have to promote his fights and all that. He should, as it is now, he should take his time to maybe invest in people that will enable him speak better and communicate better, so that the fans can like him, because he will lose money. The way he speaks, he will lose money. That's just my own suggestion as a fan or as a brother. I'm not saying anything I'm not trying to bring him down or anything like that. I know he must be somebody that's coachable. He should just try and invest in people that can make him, just polish up his speaking and his talking. Because when you get to that high level, for you to really be somebody like AJ, for instance, AJ doesn't like speaking much, but when he speaks, we know that he has something to say. When he talks, we really understand. Ajagba doesn't have to talk that much anyway, but for him to get all the sponsorships and all that, it would be better if he just took his time and tried to, just invest more money there, Sha. That's what I think.
Well, I understand what you say, but you have to understand, where can they speak English? Where can they speak English now?
Yes.
He gets a translator, okay? What Ajagba need, in my opinion, is a promoter to hype him up. Someone like ADN, you understand?
Absolutely.
Listen, bro, Ajagba need a mouthpiece, okay? He doesn't need to listen, bro. English is not his language.
He doesn't need to be the one.
How many fighters do we have that can talk well, all those stuff, but they are nowhere near Ajagba's level?
Canelo don't even speak English in his interviews. Though.
Yeah, Canelo don't speak English. He speaks Spanish, and people can translate for him. Ajagba can easily speak. He can easily speak in English and maybe speak Urubu as well, his language, and someone will translate. Finish. He's just we Africans, bro. No. He's we Africans. I mean, we Africans, we wanna perfect our speaking ability and other stuff just to fit in with the Europeans. That Ajagba should just stay the way he is right now. All he needs to do is to get a mouthpiece.
I think he will earn more money like that. I think he'll be more promoted.
Okay. Should I tell you how many? Should I tell you fighters that speak very well?
Usyk not speak English.
Yeah, but he's limited. That's why.
Hey,
that's why he's not
I beg, Sunday, you did it. Sunday, I beg, mute her. Now I'm going to how many of you guys are in the house right now? Let me check so that I can call names here. Okay, we have Mayo Joe, we have Wike and Sunday. Okay, good. Wiki, no mutant, just hold on still. So looking at the list right here, okay, Ajagba is ranked 17 now. Okay, he's number 17 now. He used to be 19, then he's overtaking Ufiri and Adam Konaki. Now looking at the people ahead of Ajagba, Robert Elenius is ahead of Ajagba, Charles Martin as well, Kubra Pulev, Tony Yoka, Joe Joyce, Luis Ortiz, Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker, Michael Hunter, Andrew Reese Jr., Alexander Povetkin, Alexander Usyk, Dillian White, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and Tyson Fury. So looking at this list right here, who would you guys like to see Ajagba fight? I'm talking about people ranked higher than him, not the people is like, you understand? Because right now Ajagba needs to move forward. And looking at, I think Ajagba in my opinion, Ajagba beats Elenius. It will be a very hard fight. Elenius is a very tricky guy. Ajagba beats him, maybe your point. Ajagba, in my opinion, beats Charles Martin. A very tough fight, but Ajagba beats him. I believe that. Ajagba Kurapulev will be very interesting, but Ajagba will land, and Kurapulev.
Ajagba should be Pulev as well.
Ajagba will be.
Pulev is hittable.
Yeah, of course, but Pulev is a tricky boxer. He's got that jab, Ajagba's jab is stiffer.
Ajagba has the size advantage over him. So.
Tony Yoka, it will be a 50-50 fight. Joe Joyce, that fight is not happening. I don't want to say that fight as a Nigerian, because if the both guys were like to be in the same, like they were to be champions now and to unify, then different case.
They should be shining at the same time.
Yeah. Luis Ortiz, I think that will be a good fight. I don't know if Luis Ortiz will take it, okay, because Luis Ortiz will trouble Ajagba very well, but Ajagba will knock him out, that I believe. Derek Chisora, this is a good fight for Ajagba to measure Ajagba like what level he is in the division. It will give Ajagba hell, but Ajagba will knock him out because I don't think Chisora can take 5 or 6 Ajagba right hand, but Chisora is also very sneaky, and Ajagba will have to be careful. The guy is very sneaky and a very cool damn boxer. Joseph Parker will not take the fight. Joseph Parker and Chisora, they are fighting now, so Michael Hunter will not take that fight, because it's ranked higher than Ajagba. And I think you need to convince Michael Hunter with a lot of money. And Reese Jr., he wouldn't take the fight, we know. Alexander Povetkin, I don't know if he will take the fight. Maybe he retire, I don't know. People are saying that he might retire soon. Alexander Usyk is not taking Ajagba fight. That's a fact, even though he will give Ajagba trouble because of his movement, but Ajagba will catch him. It will be a very good fight. Usyk, despite his size, the guy is still a threat to anyone. He's where he's ranked for a reason. Dillian White, this will be a phenomenal fight. Dillian White, Ajagba will be a phenomenal fight, but White will not take Ajagba fight. Ajagba, there's probably Ajagba knocks him out. Okay, listen, this is the fact. I'm telling you right now. White is a goddamn good boxer, but Ajagba, in my opinion, despite his flaws, still has that equalizer. And last night, his fight showed me that Ajagba has been working on so many things. And listen, there are so many things. By the time I talk to Ajagba, interview him, I'm gonna tell him to please to not, like, I understand that he's working on some things, his movement. He shouldn't telegraph it, okay? I know he needs to get used to it. Last night, it seemed like Ajagba was trying to telegraph, the movement, which I can understand because Keiko Roma has been working on that for a long time. What I want Ajagba to do, just try to move his head better, okay? If he can work on just moving his head, I think that will go a long way. Like, it will go a long way.
Personally, I think he needs to improve his footwork as well. His foot speed. Not
yeah,
just
yeah,
speed.
yeah. I know. But we're talking about it's a big man, bro. Like, we're talking about 18 stone or 17 stone guy right here. We're not talking. You understand? So, like, you can't go. Like, you can't. Like, for example, let's talk about our brother Joshua. Joshua was talked about as a guy that had no footwork until he showed us. So it take time, bro. It take time. And Joshua has been boxing. Joshua came into boxing late, but still has been boxing longer than Ajagba. I just think Ajagba, if Ajagba start doing all those things he wanted to do, it might take away his main his main advantage in the fight. It might take away him setting up the right hand and just boxing.
There's no knowledge lost though. No knowledge is ever lost.
I'm not talking about knowledge lost. I'm just saying it might. I say it might take away. So Ajagba can do it, on the basic level, and get used to it, grow into it. He needs to grow into it, not try to telegraph.
That's why I would like to see him move up slower. Let him fight Helenius, Charles Martin, Pulev. Let him this year and next year. Let him fight these billionaire fighters. Then he'll be ready for his. I think he can earn a mandatory. Then maybe challenge one of the champions. Why not?
Yeah. So Ajagba Deontay Wilder will be a very good fight, an intriguing fight, a fight that everybody would love to see. But Deontay Wilder will not take that fight. Deontay Wilder is ranked way higher than Ajagba. And Ajagba is no longer, even when Ajagba was with PBC, they didn't even want to put. They didn't even like. Then did they ever make Ajagba a co-main event as a co-main event in PBC? They never put him in a co-main event as a co-main event feature. I don't know, maybe once or twice, but they weren't really showcasing him like that. They weren't really talking about him. If you want to be a fighter, you have to talk about him. I like the fact that ESPN, Top Rank, are talking about him. You see, his video yesterday, his knockout went viral. Imagine if Ajagba, what happened to Ajagba and this guy, Curtis Harper, when Curtis Harper walked out. If that was ESPN, they would hype the shit out of it. If that was, for example, Matchroom, bro, at the end, wouldn't stop talking about it. That's a fact.
That's why I like Eddie Hearn, man. That's why I like Eddie Hearn. Even though I'm a Wilder fan, I think Eddie Hearn is the best promoter.
This is a fact.
I don't take things he says personally. He just does his job.
Yeah. Anthony Joshua, Ajagba Anthony Joshua, I don't see that fight happening, so let's just leave that out of the way. Joshua is going to probably retire, and before Ajagba even get there, Joshua retired. And I mean, I don't like seeing two Nigerians fight. But if Ajagba to hold the world title belt, and him and Joshua can unify, but Ajagba is not even near there yet.
If the WBO gets dropped, then there's a chance there. If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Joshua is gonna be if Joshua drops a belt or drops belts, it just means Joshua just gonna let it go like that in a way. He would not even go back and fight for it because Joshua is already Joshua is bigger than the belts in my opinion. Now Ajagba Tyson Fury, a very interesting fight. Tyson Fury is beatable. We know already. He's a good boxer, a slick boxer, a mover. He can switch from orthodox to southpaw and all that stuff. But he's beatable for sure. And remember that Ajagba was on Tyson Fury's list of fighters he wanted to fight as a comeback fight. That would have been his biggest nightmare. Remember that. Also, a lot of people complain about Ajagba's last performance. No, not this. The performance before this one. They say, but if you guys just heard, okay, if you guys didn't hear it, let me play it again. Let me play that interview again, and then you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me play it again. You heard it. He suffered an injury. Last time he was out in the ring, he suffered an injury. You guys can hear it again. Ajagba suffered an injury. That's why he didn't really perform the way you guys were wanting him to perform. You guys heard it. Ajagba suffered injury. I need to bring that up because a lot of you guys were saying, "Oh, he didn't perform well." I told you guys he suffered an injury. Our brother Mayo Joe in the house. Mayo Joe, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Sorry, I came in late, man.
Man, no problem, brother. All good, man. You watched the fight yesterday? Last night?
To be honest, you know what happened? I slept off.
Really?
I slept off. I was so mad. Ajagba's fight, yeah, I was really mad because you remember yesterday I told you I was going for an occasion. So I got back home around 12 or so. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to stay up and watch this match. And I just went off. I got up this morning. I was so upset. But I've seen it anyway. I've seen it. I watched it this morning eventually. So, yeah.
Okay, what do you make of it? Bro? Let's hear from you.
Okay, I'm gonna start from. Let's see. I think the first thing I'd like to do is to criticize before I talk about the good. The good aspect of the fight.
What is there to criticize?
I still don't like the way Ajagba was getting tagged. He got caught a number of times. Not heavily. But he got caught a number of times. And for me, I still feel like, what about if he was in there with a quicker fighter, when he was getting caught? He wasn't moving his head out of the way as much as I would have loved him to because I was thinking to myself that if he was in there, say with, I don't know, even say the likes of a Dillian White, it might go down, because the punches will come in bunches, and those punches will come with, ferociousness and power compared to this other guy. The guy weighed, I think he came in at 219, and, the guy wasn't that impressive. So, and if that guy was still able to catch him a few times, then for me, that spells a little bit of danger. If he was in there with, a much skilled and a more powerful fighter, like I said, a Dillian White, that would have been dangerous. So I would have loved him to move.
Bro, do you expect listen, bro, I understand what you say. I understand. You have you have, like, I don't say you should say everything was nice. For me, Ajagba did everything I wanted him to do. The only thing is that I thought he was losing a touch of his beastness, you know what I mean? That beast of his, but he showcased it in the third round. Say, listen, I still got it, okay? Now, I understand that you can say, oh, he should have moved his head better, I don't know stuff. You have to understand that this guy has a new trainer, and him and his trainer, they've been working on those stuff. Ajagba needs to get used to it. Ajagba was telegraphing it yesterday, trying to telegraph it. And if you're telegraphing a movement, for example, you don't get comfortable, you can get caught, you can make mistakes. That's what happened. So by the time Ajagba get used to it, that's why Ajagba said himself he needs like 2 years, to go for a world title, because anytime he goes there, he wants to stay there. Okay. If Deontay Wilder can become an heavyweight world champion with no skills at all, like other than like that right hand, Ajagba is definitely more skillful than Deontay Wilder. We know that.
Yeah, of course.
Ajagba can do it as well, but Ajagba don't want to do that. He wants to work on other areas as well. Okay, and that's a good thing. So I understand that you have other things, but the same thing, you have to get heat in this game. Do you think Dillian White can take 5 punches from Ajagba, 5 straight right from Ajagba?
Right. You remember when I started, I said I would start with the criticisms, but the criticism is more of like constructive. I'm criticizing him constructively because I loved what I saw yesterday in terms of the improvements he's made. You get what I'm saying? Me, I'm just now talking as a fan, because obviously sometimes as a fan of someone, I think sometimes we can get carried away where we don't look at the flaws of a fighter. And like these guys, they watch these videos on YouTube, and sometimes some of these things we talk about actually helps them, so reason why I started with the areas where I thought, maybe he could have been able to do a bit better. Now, put that aside. Now let's talk about the positives. Ajagba has improved, or He's improving big time. He's improving. He's really, really improving. I was very surprised with even his movement. You can almost see that his movement is much better. Obviously, not where his movements is not where we would expect the movements to be, but so far, compared to his last few fights, he's not really moving in that straight line like a robot anymore. You can see like he's trying to move his head from left to right and right to left, and his jab as well. Did you notice his jab? His jab has become so much better. His jab has really improved, because I was hearing I've got this heavy surround system, right? Like I was hearing the sound of the jabs, like a tum, 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 and for some people, right, those jabs will be equal to some fighters' punches. You can actually equate those jabs to some fighter. That would be their own heavy punches. So he's improving. I was very impressed. And even the way he conducted himself, he was very, very composed. Even when he knocked the guy out, I was not expecting that at all. Because, with most knockouts, it will be a situation where the fighter would have been kind of like beating the other guy. I think Deontay Wilder is the only person that I know that knocks people out the way Ajagba did yesterday, where out of nowhere, you get one big punch and that's it. So for me, the way he knocked that guy out yesterday, I was scared. When I saw it, this morning when I watched it, I was really, really scared. I was like, oh my God, is this guy okay? Because the way he went down, man, it was like the guy was shot with a gun. That was how it felt. It's like, I'm like, God, So for me, I think that he's improved. Obviously, there's still a long way to go in terms of improvement. But so far, what I saw yesterday, I was quite impressed. I think his next fight, they should, the competition should go up a little bit. They shouldn't take too much risk at the minute. Obviously, he's with a new trainer, he's with a new team, he's learning new things, and it takes time to perfect those things that he's learning. So I would say that just his next fight should be competitive enough, but they shouldn't take a risk yet.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate it. Let's get our brother Adewale in here before we move. Adewale, are you here with us, bro? Please unmute.
Yes, my bro.
But
I'm here with you guys. How you doing?
I'm good, but how you side? I always Canada. Alberta.
Man, Canada is blessed, bro. Canada is blessed. Alberta is blessed. Hey, man, what's up to everybody on the panel? Salutes to you guys, my Ojo. Great breakdown, bro. Like, I totally agree with everything you said. My brother Nwike, what's good? My brother Fedu. Sunday, what's good, brother? And everybody in the chat, salutes to everybody, man. Happy Sunday. Hey, man, I wasn't able to watch that fight yesterday too, but I saw the highlights. And I was able to go through CompuBox statistics, even though CompuBox is not really reliable. And from what I've seen in the highlights and the CompuBox, the conclusion that I can come up with is Ajagba has really improved. Like my Ojo said, there are still some things that he has to work on, because from the CompuBox numbers, he landed about the same power punches as Howard. So Howard had 12 out of 43. Ajagba had 17 out of 56. In terms of the jabs, Ajagba really schooled him. Ajagba landed, he threw 56 jabs in 3 rounds, landed 12, 21%, that's what it was. Howard only threw 22 jabs and landed 3, 14%. So with that being said, you can tell that Ajagba is the kind of guy that has begun to stick to the game plan. I'm sure his coach was telling him, make sure you keep working on the jab. I also heard one of the interviews after the fight where he said the coach told him to work on the body, forget the head. When you've weakened the body, then go for the head. So I feel like a combination of him listening to the coach, being extremely patient, and following the fundamentals, using the jab to set up the power punch. That worked out in his favor. And the knockout was extremely crazy. That just shows that this guy also has a one-punch knockout power, like Deontay. I'm not saying he punches as hard as Deontay, but he definitely punches very, very hard. So, in my opinion, I don't think he needs to be rushed. I don't think this guy needs to be rushed into someone like the top 5 guys, right? But they can put him in there against a guy like Oscar Rivas. I would like to see him against Oscar Rivas. He has a lot of advantages simply based on the fact that he's like 4 inches taller and maybe he has like a 7-inch reach advantage. But Oscar is a rugged guy. Oscar would find his way to get inside the jab, the power punch, whatever. That would be a very good test for Efe. I believe strongly that he should be able to beat Oscar.
You done, bro?
Yes, I'm done, my brother. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's the guy. That's the guy you want to see him with.
Yes, Oscar Rivas.
Okay, brother. Thanks a lot. So before I vamos right here, I'm gonna say thanks to all of you guys that joined the show. Get your Rafa Akpedere t-shirt I'm wearing right now. You know, you see here. You see Nigeria they carry last and Nigerian flag here. I don't know if you see it. I mean, you can see it here. And to get it, DM me on Instagram at Boxy Block Center. Also, message me on Facebook at Raymond Obeide. Go on Facebook, search for Raymond Obeide. You see me there. There are lots of Raymond Obeides there, but you know me when you see me. My picture is there. I beg. Yeah, get in touch. Let's support our own. Sunday, you say you go get your copy of the shirt. I never hear from you. You never do what test me you do. Body will shout.
Yeah, I will try because I dey work for my name now because this name when I used before, so you're not correct. So I'm working on it now. I'm trying to change my names.
Oh no wala, bro. Anyway, you let me know. So guys, I want to thank all of you guys for joining the show. I appreciate each one of you. My Nigerian brothers, my African brothers, my Caribbean brothers, my British brothers, my American brothers, each one of you from here to Zamfara, from Zamfara to China, from China to Malawi to New York to Alberta to Toronto to Seoul to Tokyo. I mean, Tokyo, even Tokyo to Vietnam, sorry. Maybe it's Montino. God bless you all. Cheers, guys.